Alright, what up Fintastics, Aleksi here, bringing you another Fintastic live stream here from Helsinki Kallio, or Kallio Helsinki. I wonder which way is the correct way, but it doesn't matter. I hope you are doing fine and that my chat will be starting to run smoothly as always. I hope so, yeah. But anyway, if you're here for the first time, if you somehow stumble on this stream, welcome. My name is Alex and I make fantastic videos about Finnish culture, lifestyle and language. So if you're into those kind of things, make sure to hit the subscribe and the bell button. I would be just doing a monologue here for 1 hour and I wouldn't even know about it. Yes, and yeah, let me know in the chat, where are you watching this live stream, like your country and city. Let's start with the classics, you know, because that's pretty fantastic stuff. So I'm here in Kallio, Helsinki. I'm not traveling anymore, in case you've been following my Instagram. And let me just close this one. So there seems to be a little bit of lag. Yeah. Anyways, we have Noelia from Turku. From Peru, and Kavil Kiise from. So Noelia from Peru, Kavil from Turku, Bebina from this is Moikka, yeah, sorry. Like, you know, these live streams are a little bit stressful sometimes because, you know, everything is what I say is going live. There's no retakes for this one. Itämeri, Amerikka, Cologne, Germany, sehr gut aus Deutschland. Alright. And and for this stream I thought about sharing some experiences and differences what I found when I was traveling in the Baltic countries. So in case you don't know, I spent like 2 weeks in total, and I was in Estonia, in Latvia, and in Lithuania. And I thought in this one I can share some stuff, and because, you know, Estonia is pretty similar culture and country, especially language-wise, to Finland. And it was actually my first time in Estonia, can you believe it? I'm almost 30, I've never been to Estonia before. But yeah, so it took me quite a while to get there. So and it was definitely an interesting trip, sort of kind of a lot of cool stuff happened, and I thought about sharing some stuff what I found interesting there as a Finn. And so that's the thing. And also you might be wondering, like, what was the 3-day date with an Estonian woman, so that's also gonna be in the agenda of this one. Hey from Braunschweig in Deutschland, Costa Rica, but Helsinki. Hey from Ireland, hello from Belgium. Whoa, awesome. Pakistan, Joe, terve taas täällä. I have beautiful ladies in Estonia. Estonian French is beautiful. Cool. Thanks for these coming live chats. Yeah, okay, awesome. So I have also prepared a few photos, so it's not just like it's not like you just have to be looking at my face, because that's pretty much all you do on my YouTube channel. So to kind of spice it up a little bit, you know, give a little bit concrete examples. The photos are kind of just random photos I took during the trip. But yeah, so how we start things is that I have prepared like 6 differences. Most of these are from Estonia, and we got a new Finntastic, awesome. So I will share those next and talk about a little bit of those first. Then I'll show you some photos of the trip from all the countries, and then I can talk about the date in case you're interested. Well, I guess I have to, because it's in the title. Yeah, I will talk about the date, and then if we have any more questions, we'll do that. Hello from Lappeenranta. All right, good. So let's start with the differences first. Let me just try to get this working. So I have a few photos here. Let me see if we can actually get it shown to you properly. Hold on your horses. Okay, I think I got it, but it's the wrong photo. Okay, this one. And now if I transition, you should be able to see it. Okay, so here's a photo. I think this is like a shopping mall, and here we have Estonian word which is like parkimismaja. And what does this mean? It's like a parking place, or like parking, you know, like a place, or like a parking building, I guess is the proper word. And why this is funny? Because in Finnish, parkkeeraaminen or parkkeerata, it means like parking. So it's kind of like a funny way to say the same thing in Finnish. And maja in Finnish means like a hut, you know, like a tree hut, or like, you know, this kind of, you know, basically a hut. But in Estonian it means a building. So whenever I saw words like this like one example, it kind of triggered the Finnishness inside me, because what I feel when I look at this word as a Finn, it feels like it's Finnish but spoken in a kind of like a funny dialect, which is kind of cool and kind of interesting. I think this, you're probably, like if I give another example, is that it could be like similar like Spanish and Portuguese, or like Swedish and Norwegian or Danish. But this is exactly like how it's like between Finnish and Estonians. So kind of cool, and I thought like this was very interesting. Let me see if I probably have another word here. Oh, that's not that one. Here, let me actually, can I zoom this a little bit? So here we are. Here it says like sissepääs peauksesta, and okay, the first word is like sissepääs, and as a Finn I can quite easily interpret this as it would be like sisään pääsy, which means like the entrance. But I think in some dialect you could say like sisseen or sissään. So again, like when I just see these kind of words and like this kind of phrase, it just makes me it makes me smile, because it's just, you know, it's kind of difficult to explain to you, but because it kind of triggers my own mother tongue, like my Finnish identity, and when I see like it's like Finnish, but it's like kind of weird Finnish. So let me see if there's any comments. Same as German and Netherlands language. Yeah. So it's not like there's any other like that. There's no other differences in the world. But I mean, like, you know, because Finnish is like a very minor language, only 5.5 million speakers and such. So, and when I see, if I go to other country and see this is like pretty awesome. It's Finnish, but also not at the same time. Yeah, something like that, exactly. And I was actually quite surprised, like how much I was able to understand from the signs. Like I probably understood like 30% of the written language, but the spoken, of course, was quite a different story. But yeah, that was probably the number one. And actually, this made me really curious. I even thought about like if I should start learning Estonian, just because it's cool, it's interesting. But I mean, I haven't started it yet, but I kind of felt really curious about that. Okay, so that was the number one. Oh, okay, let me just switch back to the other screen quickly, and let me just check what was the other one. Okay, yeah, so the difference number two, I don't have a photo of this one, but I guess because it makes sense. It's just the price level. I mean, everything was so much cheaper, or like pretty much cheaper when I just crossed the bay. And one kind of like a really good example was the taxis, because like in Finland I never used taxi because it's so expensive. But for example, I picked up Uber there, and when I realized like how cheap it was, like 2-kilometer ride from A to B was like €5, and because we were 4 guys, we pretty much used Uber all the time to get from A to B, and it was so crazy, like how inexpensive it was. But yeah, of course it's like very subjective, because in Finland, you know, the price level. What's happening to my phone? Oh, I don't know. So because I come from Finland, where the prices are kind of high, and also the salaries are kind of high. But in Estonia, it's not like that. Like I think the average salary is like half of what's in Finland. So it does make sense perfectly. But that was actually quite well. It was really shocking, but I was just, because when I was realized I can use such a cheap taxi, I was able to get so much value for my money with such a small amount. It was just kind of amazing. And in like restaurants were kind of cheaper. Of course, there was a lot of these tourist places where they had like tourist prices and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of amazing to me, at least. Like the prices, like what the hell, like so cheap price. But probably, I mean, it depends strongly where you come from, and like, you know, being expensive or being cheap is obviously very subjective, because what is expensive for me might be cheap for you, and you know, otherwise, and vice versa. So, and someone is saying taxi is a scam in Finland, lol. Well, I wouldn't say it's a scam, but it's just, you know, that's the standard here. It depends. Again, this is exactly what I mean. The good thing about Finnish taxis is that no one really tries to scam you. I mean, I've never heard that the Finnish taxes would scam you because it's kind of like a regulated. Okay, someone told that marriage and problem is another word you share in Suomi and Estonia. Ah, yeah, actually, that's a good point. So in... I cannot write the chat here, but I think I have it open here. So in Estonian, or like... Estonian... What the hell? Ah, yeah. So in Estonian, wedding day is pulmapäev. And pulma is kind of wedding, and päev is like day. But in Finnish, pulma means trouble or challenge, and päev is pretty much the same. Päivä is in Finnish. So if I read this as a Finnish, means like it's a trouble day, and that's the day when you get married in Estonia. Can you believe that? Like, pretty amazing. Okay. Hello from Estonia. All right. What is the taxi slabs in Finland? I don't know what's a taxi slab. Sorry about that. Can someone let me know what's that about? Yksi, kaksi, and so in spoken Finnish. Yes. All right, cool. I visited Estonia recently. I can confirm pretty many Estonian words are equivalent to those of the Finnish ones. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that was the kind of the second thing, like the prices. Let's see what I had next on the list. This was kind of funny. Like, there's no photo of that, but Hesburger. You know, Hesburger, in case you know, like, let me just write it in the chat so you get an idea what I'm talking about. Hesburger. So Hesburger is this Finnish fast food chain. It's pretty much like McDonald's, but kind of Finnish version of it. And I'm pretty used to see like Hesburger in Finland. I mean, every city probably has a Hesburger, but I never even knew that it exists abroad. So when I went to Estonia and I saw like Hesburgers there, like what the hell? So, and when I saw it, I actually went to Wikipedia, like internet, and looked up Hesburger, and it turned out it's actually quite international. There's like tons of like, or tens of, you know, restaurants around the world. Or like around the world, like in like Baltics, I think in Russia, Belarus, Germany, and I was like, that was like, what the hell? Because, you know, Hesburger is not definitely like one of the strong well, everyone in Finland knows Hesburger, but I don't know how many knows that it actually exists also outside of Finland, and that was kind of cool. Like all the countries, like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, they had like a lot of Hesburgers. And that was just kind of funny that there's actually a kind of Finnish brand that is doing quite strongly abroad. So again, this is like just something as what I feel kind of funny as a Finn. But yeah, that's definitely something I kind of find cool, like having a Hesburger in so many places also outside of Finland. Hesburger never seen in Germany. I know it exists in Hamburg, in Reeperbahn, I've seen there. So yeah, it's not definitely like in Berlin or in other bigger cities, but yeah, I mean, if you come to Finland and you go and try Hesburger, it's kind of interesting chain. I mean, the food isn't really nothing sort of spectacular compared to McDonald's, but it's actually doing quite well. So that was the number three I found kind of cool. What else? What's next on the list? Yeah, okay, we'll talk about the prices already, but this one is kind of similar to that one, and that is expensive water. So as you probably know, if you've been to Finland, tap water is amazing, it tastes good, it's completely healthy, it's completely safe to drink. And every time when I usually go to restaurant, or not every time but often, if I don't really feel like drinking beer, I just get the water, and it costs like 50 cents to get like a big can of water, or mostly, or it can be also free. But when I went to these Baltic countries and when I ordered water, the waitresses asked like, do you want sparkling or still? And I was like, what kind of question is that? I just want water, because I was always used to get the tap water. But it turned out that in those countries the water is always served in the bottles, so it's not like tap water, and they actually turn out to be kind of costly so almost like from 2 to 3 euros per bottle, and that was kind of shocking. Again, because in what I realized, like, okay, in Finland you always get the tap water because that's kind of the standard. Tap water is pretty cool, unless you separately order, like I wanna, like, you know, order with bubbles, like hiilihapotettua vettä. But there it was just kind of standard that you always had to get it from the bottle, and it actually kind of racked up on the costs a little bit. But you know what was the most mind-boggling event in this regard? That in some places the water ended up costing more than a beer. Can you believe it? Like, as a Finn, I couldn't believe that, because in, like I said, water is pretty much free because it's tap water, and beers are goddamn expensive because the alcohol tax and excise taxes are kind of high. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how on earth can a beer cost more? No, how can a water cost more than a beer? I mean, how in earth is that possible? How is this in your country? Like, how is the water served? If you get the water in the restaurant, just you get it in bottle, let me know in the chat. But yeah, I mean, that's really, like, kind of crazy. I mean, what? Yeah, but I guess it makes sense because, you know, the alcohol tax is kind of lower in many countries compared to Finland, and, you know, the water costs can be more expensive. So I was like, how can this be? Yeah. And when they always brought, like, separate bottle, I realized, because when I went home, like, I had like 5 different bottles because everywhere I got the water. And of course I didn't want to be like a rude and bring my own water to the restaurants, because that would be kind of crazy. In Arabia, petrol is cheaper than water. Okay, that's another kind of interesting. In Germany, is somewhere beer cheaper than water. Is it warm in Finland right now? Yes, it's absolutely warm, like 25. Yeah, but I mean, what do you guys think? We got a few comments there about this, but absolutely crazy. So, I mean, that was kind of mind-boggling to me. Okay, it seems we are not getting any more comments on this, so let's move on to the next one, which is okay, now we're getting more comments. So, in Colombia, beer cost 0.4 euro. Wow, that's like more than 10 times cheaper than in Finland. I saw some open free to take water in Old Town in Tallinn. Yeah, I mean, that's probably many countries they have those, but if you go to a restaurant. Okay, now we're getting some comments. I ordered a coffee in pub in Tallinn. They served it with a glass of water, as it's supposed to be served. Coffee was okay, water tasted like you got it from the bottom of the toilet. Okay, I've never had water from the bottom of the toilet, so I don't really know how it tastes like. But that's actually a good point. The tap water in Tallinn has a little bit more, I think it's iron, like rautapitosta. So it had a little bit kind of different taste, but it was completely okay. So a beer costs 3 euro, holy paska, haha. Alright, good stuff. Okay, next one is, I think I have photos on this one. Hold on, I need to just open them. Come on. God damn it, it's not working. Okay, I just need to open this one. Because my computer is so... Well, it's not really sort of new. I got this before I went to Japan like 3 years ago. Probably 4 years ago, when I was doing the preparations. Ah, come on. My computer is lagging like no tomorrow. The problem is that I have a license plate visible here. Can I just zoom it in somehow? Okay, well that will be enough. So, something I noticed. This is like a very random thing, to be honest. But like in Finland, if we have like two-way street, and we have the right side traffic. So if you are parking your car, you have to park the car in the way that the street is going to. So basically, you always have to park in the right side of the street with the front facing front, or But in many other countries, I'm not sure if this was in Tallinn, but Latvia and Lithuania, I saw like cars parked like face to face. Here was one car in the same street, in the right side of the street, and then there was another car which was parked like facing the other way of the street. And as far as I know, in Finland this is illegal parking, because you always have to park the car to the way that the street is going. But it seems in these countries it wasn't so. And actually, I never checked this one out. I didn't check the laws and stuff, but I saw this quite a few times, so I thought it has to be like this, because if otherwise they would just get fined all the time. But yeah, in Finland it works like that, and it seems in the Baltics not. So this is like a very random difference I noticed myself. But yeah, so that's something kind of discovered there. Very random fact. I'm not sure if this will interested you, but as a Finn, I made this kind of observation, and that's it. I'm not sure how this is in other countries, though. You can let me know in the comments again if you have any other input on this one. Oh, now I know why this is a bit like, I have my video editing software. Oh shit, now it's open. All right, there we go. Yeah, okay, but that's I think it was the difference number 5, like weird parkings, I guess. Yeps, and then let me just transition to the other one, basic screen again. What is punishment if someone park against the right direction? You could just get the fine. It's like a parking fine, basically. It's like falsely parked. Väärin pysäköinty in Finnish. I don't know how much is the cost. Basically, it means like you get a parking ticket, basically. Okay, and then I have one more difference. And then we can actually move to the photos. Actually, we can move to the photos right away from here. On the go. €9 was my most expensive pint of beer in Finland. Who sells €9 beers? In Ireland, we park like this. Doesn't have to be in the same direction. If you see a parking space, you take it, and that's fine. Wow, okay. That's kind of cool. Are questions about Finnish language still open despite? Yeah, you can send the questions later on this, because we will just go through the agenda first and then see. Okay, so let's go back to the photos and difference number 6. My goodness. Okay, so we go with transition here. Okay, and this difference number 6 is, and I think this kind of maybe the most interesting, is that the old towns were much better than in Finland. Well, we don't really have an old town in Helsinki. I guess that's the difference. But I mean, the streets, like in the old towns of Estonia, Tallinn, and Lithuania, especially, I think they were all really awesome. A lot of kind of like narrow streets, old beautiful buildings. We have old beautiful buildings in Helsinki too, but we don't really have similar old towns as these outer Baltic capitals do. And one of my Finnish friends also told, like, oh man, this is like much more beautiful city than in Helsinki. And of course, this is like a subjective matter, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, we say. And I kind of have to agree to some extent. I mean, like Tallinn, the old town of Tallinn was like really cool. A lot of like beautiful things to see and stuff. So yeah, that was maybe one of the last ones. Let me see if there's any no comments so far. But yeah, I mean that's one of the things. I can show you some photos. So here's from one of the squares in the old town. Actually, I need to change the. And like we don't really have anything like this in Helsinki, or Well, maybe not some other towns might we have, but if we are talking about the capitals. And here's like a one cool view platform where you could see like the whole city. I love cities style like this. They give amazing fantasy old towny vibe. Yeah, and I think that's what Helsinki doesn't have. But yeah. So let's see what else. And here's also some, like this is from the old town, like these kind of cool streets, city views we don't really have in Helsinki. I mean, we can definitely find these as well, but not in this way as we have it. The Estonian old town was built by the order of Danish King Voldemar II. Okay, we get some good insights here as well. What's the next? Yeah, okay, and here's a photo of this is like the hipster area. It's called like Telliskivi, and there was this area where there were like a lot of these graffitis and like this huge Rubik's cube. You've probably seen this if you're following me on Instagram. So we also checked this one out, and then there was this pretty cool restaurant. This is actually rock paper scissors, which actually again kind of funny because kivi in Finnish is also kivi. It's like stone, and paper is paper, and in Finnish it's paperi. But this käärit is completely different as far as I know. It's like, because in Finnish it's sakset, but in Estonian it's käärit, completely different. We actually tried to go to this restaurant, but it was full, it was quite popular. Didn't manage to go there. And so on. Okay, what we have next. And then after Estonia I went to Pärnu, which is kind of the beach, like the summer capital of Estonia. And if you followed me on Instagram, you probably know the story, but there was this like a huge rock wall. Like I think it's like maybe more than 1 kilometer like long. And if I zoom in, you might see it that here at the end there is like this kind of like a small watching, well, not like a watching tower, you see it in the photo, but the idea was to go all the way here to here. And the problem was that some of the stones were kind of sunken, so you had to take your shoes off. And as you can see, there was like a few other people walking. They left their shoes here, which was kind of, I'm not sure if it was a good idea, because you know the stones were a little bit slippery. So there definitely was a better way to put your shoes back on and then just do like from stone to stone. And I actually did it, but the problem was that at the middle of the trip there was like a downfall of rain and I got like completely wet. But I managed to make it, and I made it eventually. And there's this this is basically what's the end of the rock wall. And there's like a legend that couples who manage to come all the way here and kiss here will have like blessing in their relationship. Unfortunately, as a single guy, I was just there going by myself. So I didn't kiss anyone there. So, but I hope I got some blessing for myself, at least. And that's how it looks basically, yeah. But that was kind of tough shit, because it started to rain like 10 minutes, like, and I was just wearing like a hoodie and shorts. But luckily the weather was quite okay. It was really cold weather, and so on. So that's the thing. What's next? And then also Pärnu is known for its beach. It's like the beach capital. I also checked out the beach, but unfortunately it had rained that day, so there wasn't really that many people. And there was also like a section which is kind of also famous for, it's like a nude beach for women. And there was like this huge sign, because I was coming from the rock wall, that this is the nude area for beach, like for women, don't go here, you know. But then I was just checking it, there doesn't seem to be anyone, so I just took a shortcut right through it. And so that's why I went there. And so that's about Pärnu. I spent there one day. And then I went to Latvia, Riga. Here's the photo from the Freedom Monument. I spent here like 3-4 days, I guess. I was staying at Airbnb. And I also met one of my friend who used to study in the same university as I did, like Latvian guy, really fun. He showed me some places around. Also, I had also one Tinder date on Latvia, if that's anyone if that's interesting information to anyone. And yeah, as you can see, again, some pretty beautiful streets and buildings, and the old town was again kind of spectacular. Something that we don't really have in Helsinki in a similar way. I mean, Helsinki is also a great city, but it's like this kind of stuff we don't really have. Okay, let me have a look at the comments so I'm not missing out anything cool here. We are talking about the speeding tickets. I see. How different is Estonian and Finnish language? They are quite similar, actually. Have you thought about moving out of Finland? Well, not for now. I used to live 1 year in Japan already, when I used to study. Porvoo is called the Wooden City. I mean, Porvoo has pretty cool old town, yeah. Actually, I haven't been there yet myself, but it's easy to learn Estonian after learning Finnish. I'm currently trying to learn language here in Brazil and an old Finnish colony called Penedo. I'm in Estonian too. I would think so, yeah. Like, actually, I was talking to my mom and she told me that she learned Estonian in the university and like for 1 year, and she told that she was able to understand pretty much everything. But then because she didn't really use it, she kind of forgot it. So, but I would say just master one of the languages first and then move the other one. How often do you drink coffee in a normal day? I don't drink coffee at all myself. I see the conversation is kind of diverting to something else that's shown in the photos, but that's okay. I'll show you the rest of them and then we can just move on to the next one. Then in Latvia I went to Jurmala, which is kind of like also a city at the Riga Gulf, and there was also this kind of like a really cool walking city, a walking street. It was kind of like a chill. I really enjoyed like much more chill, not as busy as Riga. And then there's also this cool. Oh, okay, that was actually the only photo I had. And yeah, in Riga there was also this kind of hipster area where I went, and I took like this photo there. You probably saw this on YouTube subscription feed as well. What else? Then I went to Vilnius, which is the capital of Lithuania. This is from the Cathedral Square. I actually climbed to the clock tower and just to check it out. Nothing kind of spectacular there. A few more photos from there, and then there was this castle tower where you could climb. You could see like a pretty nice view of the city. Vilnius also had quite beautiful old town, but if you ask me, I think Riga and Tallinn were a little bit better. But yeah, I guess it depends, like what do you like. Definitely still worthwhile to check. I mean, every place is worthwhile checking, you know. And here's me taking a selfie there from the castle tower. And actually, quite funny fact, you probably know that I'm kind of scared of high places, and I mean that was quite a high. But you know, even if I want to take a selfie, I'm just holding my hand on the railing and then taking the selfie. So you know, but you know, if there's anyone who is also scared of high places, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see what's. Finns don't drink coffee like crazy. They do, but like I don't drink coffee at all. Where's all the hot Estonian girls? Lol. Ha! They're in Estonia. I do like selfies too. Did you visit museums? Yes, actually we did. In Tallinn we went to this Museum of Modern Art. Actually, to be honest, I've never been into museums that much, but we've recently been to a few museums of modern art. Those are actually quite cool because they make kind of art from kind of modern things. So, for example, there was like a rabbit which had like a human body and the rabbit head, and you know, this kind of funny, kind of really interesting inspiration stuff. So, we went to a few of those. But and then I went to this digital exhibition in Riga also, digital art exhibition. What else? And then there was this kind of like a Republic of Utsupits, which has also pretty cool street art. This has like a tree full of like these vinyl CDs, and like a, you know, like a laundry machine made out of rock, and this kind of cool thing. What are these actually called? Like this kind of stone thing is inside the river, and then this piano, like smashed piano, next to the river. So these kind of cool things. You don't really see these kind of things in Finland, I guess. So that was kind of cool. Which country has more beautiful women, Finland or Estonia? Well, I think both have. I mean, it's in both countries you can definitely find more, but I guess because Finland has more population than Estonia, so I guess just in that sense there would be more beautiful women. But I mean, both of them had probably have beautiful women. So again, it comes down to what you like. How often do you live stream? Usually every Sunday. Next time in Estonia you should visit Tartu. Yeah, I was considering Tartu, but then I ended up going Pärnu because it was kind of on the way to Latvia. Well, maybe Tartu also would have been, but yeah. Okay, there's quite a bit of questions. I'll try to answer this once we go through agenda. But if you definitely want to get your question answered, consider sending a super chat. There's like this $sign. You can choose the amount, and then you get this like really bright message, and I will definitely answer those ones. And you also support the channel by doing that, so consider that. But if you feel like just sending normal messages, that's also fine. Cool. What else? And also the food was kind of good. I had some local stuff, and I mean, this is a good example of the price level. So I had the beer, and this was like pork. Was it like pork ear or something? I'm not sure. This was cabbage, and then I think peas. Like it's not. It looks like corn, but it's not corn. And this cost like 11 euro. Like in Finland would have been like close to 20, I guess. So really good deal, and you know, pretty good stuff. Okay, what else? And there was this cool mural also in Vilnius, like a Trump Putin mural, and so I had to also go there to take a photo of it. You're probably seeing this also if you follow me on Instagram. Was it delicious? I think it was delicious. The cabbage wasn't really kind of special because I don't really like cabbage, but it was okay and healthy at least. So. Let's see what else. Yeah, then in Lithuania I also went to city of Trakai, which is kind of like a small city, and that was pretty cool. Had like these old cute houses there, and this kind of cool castle, like in this small island. And then I had like a drink, and this is like a pastry. It was called kibinai, I think. So it was like pastry. It had like different like meat or chicken or fish inside. And the scenery looked just like in Finland, like forests and lakes. I mean, this, without knowing a place, this could be easily from Finland. So that was kind of cool as well. And do we have anything else? And then with my friend I had some beetroot soup with potatoes. And so on. Let me see. Let me just switch back to the order and see if there was anything else. Yeah, okay. So that's about it in this sense. But I guess now I should talk about the date, because it seems it's been like a kind of expected, and I guess it would be like complete, like give me my money back if I wouldn't be talking about this. Yeah, so what happened is this kind of cool thing, is it has never really kind of happened to me, and I thought like why would I guess I could talk about it. So in Estonia I met this girl from Tinder. I mean, guess why not, because I'm a single guy traveling, why not meet some local girls on the go. So I met her, we had some good time, we had a few drinks. She was like 23, like a brunette, quite tall, like 170. And she spoke good English. We had like good vibing and stuff. And then after the date, we just kind of said like, okay, who knows if you ever come to Helsinki, why not? Just let me know. And then we actually kept texting, and she said like she would like to, like she's looking for maybe like something more serious. And I said like I'm not actively looking for anything serious, but I mean I always keep that option open. If I meet some really awesome person I get really well along with, I mean why not? And then we agreed like, okay, what if you come to Helsinki and like for like a weekend, and let's see like how it goes. And then actually that happened, and this was actually quite interesting because I've never used to have like how would I say, like this big date in such an early phase. So how I've usually dated is like you have a date, you do something, then you have second date, you do something like for like I don't know 3-4 hours, whatever. And it's kind of like a kind of low commitment stuff, because you can just, if you live in the same city, you go to do something else, then you just go home and stuff. But this was like she would come for like a whole weekend and stay at my place, to do that. So that was kind of like a interesting experience, because I've never used to this. So if I've had like this longer dates, it would be at the phase where I already know her quite well. But of course, because she would live like across the bay, like 80 kilometers from Helsinki, it would make sense, if it wouldn't make any sense to come to Helsinki for like 3 hours then go back. I mean, that would be kind of crazy. Yeah, so what we did is we went to Linnanmäki, which is the amusement park in Helsinki. Actually, I can see the place from my window. It's like very close to my place. I always thought that, okay, I want to go check it out. I've actually never been there, and she was like a big fan of amusement parks, so we decided to go there. We got the day ticket, cost like 42 euro. And what was kind of funny is that, because I'm scared of high places, and of course these attractions, at the amusement parks, these roller coasters and stuff are kind of really tough stuff for me. If there's anyone who has like a scare of high places, you know what I'm talking about. And I knew that there will be like some really kick-ass, like completely wacky attractions. And I also warned her beforehand that I know, like I'm kind of scared of high places. You're gonna laugh at me, when you see like how I start to sweat and how do I react when I see those attractions. And yeah, so we went there. We started with some easier stuff, and then we gradually build it up from there. And I mean, I can probably do a video about Linnanmäki or like mention it or show some stuff in Linnanmäki. Actually, Linnanmäki is a good place because you can also enter it for free. And then you can pay for the rides if you want to try them out. There's actually quite a number of free rides as well, which don't really cost anything. But yeah, like somehow she managed to speak me and kick my ass to try the most craziest attractions they have there. We skipped some of the ones which involved like a lot of spinning, because I mean it didn't even look very fun. I mean I would have just probably vomited or thrown up. But we went all the other ones, and there's some really crazy ass rides. For example, there is this one ride where you basically sit, and then it's like a half pipe kind of, so it starts to go like up, so you're like sitting, like you're going up directly like this, and then it kind of like goes like this, and then there's like two flips, like a twister, it's like twist like twice, and then it starts to go like the other side of the half pipe like full speed, and then it go the other side, and then it comes like goes like 2 times the half pipe, and that's the ride. But oh my goodness, and after that, and the craziest, the new roller coaster they introduced this summer, which went as fast as 106 kilometers per hour. I don't know how much that's in miles, but yeah, it's probably like 80 miles per hour, something like that. And that was absolutely insane. I mean, you can actually go on YouTube and search like Linnanmäki attractions and the taiga. And I mean, but like how would I even explain it? Like as a guy who's so scared of high places, I managed to do those eventually. I punched my fear in the face, but it was mostly like her, thanks to her, because she was able to kick my ass and you know, and we did it. And I did it. I mean, it was kind of amazing. However, after this experience, I'm not a big friend of amusement parks. Anyways, I've never really actually been. I like more kind of these like calmer rides and stuff. But I mean, wow, definitely one of the most memorable kind of dates for me, because I did so much stuff outside of my comfort zone, and also had a little bit of fun. Like the problem with the rides was, especially in the beginning, because when we were in the line, I was like stressed as fuck. So I mean, I wasn't probably the most kind of enjoyable dating company, because I was like sweating and you probably know how it feels like. But slowly I was getting more comfortable, and yeah, so that was kind of cool. When we were talking about Hesburger, like there's also a Hesburger quite close to my place, and we ended up having lunch in the Hesburger, and I don't even remember when was the last time I've had Hesburger. I mean, it must be more than years, 2-3 years probably. And luckily I had some discount vouchers, so we got some discounts also. And yeah, okay, let me check out some comments. I just got so carried away talking about 106, not 160. Sorry, Joe, for my bad pronunciation. You were brave doing all the rides. Yeah, thanks. So I mean, we didn't try every single ride. I mean, we skipped some of the kind of annoying looking ones. There's, for example, actually I think I can see it from my window. So there is this. It's very simple. So it's like a huge tower. You sit there. Like your legs are like hanging free. It like ascends to the top, and you are just sitting there for like, I don't know, 20 seconds, and then suddenly it's just like launches down like. So we skipped that one. And there was another, like a reverse one, where it launches from the bottom to the top like suddenly. And I don't really like those ones, because it kind of messes my tummy. And so actually how we went there at 11, because they open at 11. We did some rides, and then around 2 or 3, we tried the one which I explained, like the one that goes like this, and then like the twists. We were in the line, but I was feeling so bad, because my tummy wasn't really, I was literally feeling a bit ill, or a little bit sick, because of the rides, because my system is not made for these kind of rides. And I actually pussied out from the line. Like, we were already quite close to the reach, but I said I can't do it, and she was a little bit mad because I kind of bailed out. I didn't really express confidence as a man there, so she did it. And what we did, we left like around 2. We went to eat, then we went to my place, because I live just next to the Linnanmäki, so, and because the bracelet is valid for the whole day, so we decided, okay, we can come back a little bit later to do the rest. So we came here, then we had actually walk around the Latvia, and she had never tried those electronic scooters, so we tried those, and it's pretty good, because if you send the link to the person who hasn't tried those, we both get a free ride. So we got a 15-minute free ride. We were riding like around the city and around the area. And she said to us it was quite fun. And yeah, then we went back to the Särkänniemi. We did the crazier rides. And and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this story. It was like, I'm not feeling quite well. And I mean, I was on the brink of throwing up. I actually went to the toilet and tried to make myself throw up, because in order to make myself feel better. I wasn't drunk or anything. It was just the rides that kind of messed up my system, if you've been to roller coasters, you know that. Then we had some drinks at my place, blah blah blah. And then today, she left today. So today we went to the zoo, the Korkeasaari Zoo, because I've actually never been there. Or I think I've been there, but I was like a little kid. I can't really remember anything. So we went there. We actually went with the scooters again. We used the free rides. We checked out the animals. It was actually quite interesting. Really hot day, and so on. And then we went to the shopping mall to have some food, and then we came here, and then she had to go to the ship. So she left like actually 2 hours ago, since we are recording this video. And the result was that we had a good time, but we weren't just compatible. I mean, or like we were a bit too different. So I mean, I guess it might sound a little bit kind of vague explanation, but it's kind of the same question. Like if you ask, like, why don't these two puzzle pieces fit together? So it's kind of that's the problem. But yeah, we have mostly good time. I mean, she was pretty and she was kind of fun, but you know, it just there wasn't the connection, you know. But as an experience, was quite cool because I've never had this kind of like a long weekend date with the new person I'd recently met. But I did so much new things. I went to Linnanmäki, I went to the zoo, I tried those crazy ass rides. So in retrospect, it's like a kind of good choice. We weren't just like made for each other in that sense. I mean, that's fine. At least no more. I don't have to do long distance dating for now, because if you know, my ex-girlfriend was from Japan, and that was like 6,000 kilometers long. Didn't really go that well. I mean, in terms of that, or like, you know, because it was a lot of money and time and kilometers involved. So maybe from now on I'll just try to find a local girlfriend. But I mean, you know, dating is something that you shouldn't take too seriously. I mean, and I'm still like 28, so I have time to find, and it's not really something I take seriously, you know. But yeah, I mean, dating is fun, and you know, meeting people is cool, but we'll see. But I think if you want to find a really true good match, I think you should definitely date as much as possible, because you also learn to know like what kind of people you get along with, and with kind of people you don't get along well with. That's also important to know what you don't want. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of questions. Alex has a new girlfriend? No, I had a kind of interesting date I just talked about. So, message to all ladies, I'm still single. Okay. Let's see. Where's my mouse? Okay, now we can take some questions if you want, because I think that's all the agenda. If you want to ask me anything what I just told, that's fine. What's good, Aleksi? Need your feedback on something. If a Finnish girl talks to you every day, breaks the touch barrier, wants to hang out with you, always ask her how she looks, sends pics, is that a good sign? Is she maybe into you? I mean, she's crazy about you. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a clear interesting of signs. I mean, you should be already on a date with her, I guess. Like, breaks the touch barrier is like a very good sign. I wish I was Finnish like Aleksi. Well, you know, I have my own cons as well. Okay, Joe fixed. It's 106 kilometers is 66 miles per hour. Yeah, so that's pretty fast ride. Did I miss anything good? I had a phone call. Well, I think you can rewind it during the stream. Meanwhile, in France, one subscriber waiting to hear about the kissing part. Well, we did, of course, kiss. I mean, that's part of the stuff. But yeah. What else? Oh, we nearly meet. I was planning to go Korkeasaari today, but I went to a small urban garden fair. Okay, that's not bad either. When I was 28, I also thought, oh yeah, I have all the time in the world. Wrong. Yeah. I mean, life definitely goes fast, but I mean, in terms of dating, I'm not really kind of concerned, because you know what, men are like good wine. They get better the older they get, you know. So I'm not really worried in that sense, and at least now I have one more awesome experience like under my belt, so that's pretty good stuff. Was good time, at least you made it in the roller coaster. Yeah, I mean, crazy. Like, you can go if you want to check how it looks like. Why cannot I? if you go to YouTube and it's like Taiga. Taiga is like if you put like Linnan Mäki Taiga. You can Google. I'll put that on YouTube. There's some pretty interesting videos, and I mean, and I was like completely sweaty after the ride. So, and I felt as long as the ride like slowed down, I was like felt like, is my tummy still here? And I was like, yeah, like I said, like I think I've yelled like what did I yell? And then my date also told like, you should try screaming because it makes you feel better. Like during the ride isn't that bad, like the waiting part is the worst. And I was mostly sound like perkele, you know, like cursing in Finnish, and actually quite many others were also doing that, but you know, you have to do it the Finnish way. Someone is suggesting me to go to MGTOW. Well, I don't think that's really my piece of cake. But yeah, okay. I think that's all about my stuff. I'm not sure if that's even interesting to you, but I mean, with these live streams, I also wanna share a little bit of my like personal, kind of my personal stuff, so you can kind of get to know me better. And you know, I'm kind of open person. Like I'm not like I am comfortable talking about dating and these kind of things, you know. So I thought that might be interesting. Some people you sometimes ask like, why don't you date Finnish girls? Well, the point is that the nationality doesn't really matter to me that much, as long as she's like fun and good looking and good manners and, you know, spontaneous, you know. So the nationality isn't really a problem, and we were able to communicate pretty well in English. So okay, but now it's time to your questions. It doesn't have to be related to the what we just chat or we talked about. Do you have more names? Otter, Tuen, Alex. I don't understand the question. Alcohol is very cheap than in Finland, right? Compared to what in Estonia, it's pretty. Actually, yeah, good that you mentioned it. So, when she was coming here, I asked her to drop by the Super Alko and get me a few bottles of Mintu, which is like this very awesome Finnish, I think it's vodka, yeah. It tastes like peppermint or like toothpaste. And I checked the prices in the local Alko. It was like 19 euros per like this 500 centiliter bottle, and there it was like 9.99, so 50% the price, half the price. Goddamn believable. Did you do a street interview Estonia? No, I didn't. I just took that as a like a holiday trip. I didn't want to focus on or worry about filming anything there. Where's your favorite place in Finland? That's actually a good question. I don't know. I have actually thought about it. Well, I like Cafe Regatta because of the place, and you can get some good food and coffee there. If I just have to name something on top of my head. No more questions, at least. Well, if you asked a question I didn't reply or replied, it's just you can just write it again. I'll try to answer it now that I can. Also, did you notice I got the haircut? I got rid of the afro to my basic style, so I usually have like a little bit longer here in the middle and short here aside from the back. Do I have to go to Lapland to see reindeer and reindeer tour? Well, you can see also reindeer in the zoo, like I did today, so I mean, but you don't really see them here in Helsinki otherwise. Nice haircut, thanks, baby. Alright. Oh my goodness. I'm also a bit sleepy because I'm... Okay, this is a little bit personal stuff, but I don't usually sleep that well if I'm sleeping next to someone else, especially if it's like someone you don't really know that well yet. So I have a little bit of sleep deprivation. But you cannot interact with them at the zoo. I don't think you can, yeah. That's right. But luckily I have still 2 weeks of holiday. And now that I'm back in business, I'm gonna make some more videos. As you probably noticed that I've been doing some public transportation, how to get around in Finland. I have a few more videos on that. And then I want to make a few videos about Helsinki, what you can do here. How's your fitness challenge? Oh yeah, so I've been doing the One Punch Man challenge. I'm now on day 24. Or I was doing the day 24, but when I was doing the run, I felt quite powerless, and I actually had to walk the rest. And I just said, okay, I probably need to take 1 day rest. So I took the Saturday and also Sunday rest, and tomorrow I'm gonna get back to the day 24. So I didn't count this rest day, so I can continue where I left off. So, but I'm doing quite fine. I actually checked the weight and the scale, and I've lost like 4 kilos in like 3 weeks, which is kind of good. I think clean shaven haircut would suit Aleksi, like a bald or like what if I think I need a better impression in order to understand the haircut properly. Old Hanside, Old Town has this delicious cinnamon beer. I highly recommend it, serving this huge jars, not glass. Okay, that sounds cool. Hi from Algeria. Hello from Helsinki. When does hockey season start? Do you like to watch NH games too? I don't really follow ice hockey at all. I only watch the World Championships. Is there good public transport from cities to, say, a forest or somewhere in nature? What does that mean? I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm trying to understand the question a little bit better. I mean, in Helsinki area, you have to go a bit further to get inside the nature. But like, for example, in Tampere, you can find nature quite close. Or yeah, you can go to Nuuksio. That's also one way. That's like a national. Is it like a national park? I haven't actually been to Nuuksio myself, so I don't know quite well. Would you rather have to say everything that you think or never been able to speak at all? I'd rather say what I think, because I think being direct is always the better choice. Sometimes you might piss off some people by doing that, but I mean that's better because it's better because then the people who agree with you, it's easier to kind of gather those people around you, and then those who don't agree with you, then they kind of get out of your vicinity. You know, you don't have to spend time on those. Oi. Okay, what else? Now's your chance if you need any helps or questions with Finnish stuff. By the way, remember to follow me on Instagram, and we have also a Facebook group. You can find the links in the description. So, because you're gonna get some more everyday Finnish stuff to your life as well, in case you're interested. I'd love to meet an Estonian woman. Well, Estonia is the place to do that. We talked like quite a few Estonians and Estonian girls, and they were mostly kind of like friendly. So, at least I had a good impression of them. Oh, looks like you're tired. I'm a little bit tired. Yes, it's been a tough weekend for me. I mean, a lot of program. But luckily tomorrow I can just sleep a little bit late because I'm still on holidays for 2 weeks. Is Finland full of feminists? I wouldn't say full of feminists. Anything else? I think I've covered most of the questions I can see. Ist es warm bei euch in Helsinki? Sehr warm. Verdammt warm, würde ich sagen. When do you have your YouTube conference? The event. I think it's in 3 weeks. Like 16th of August, something like that. Do you like to be in mökki? I think we are talking about mökki. I guess. Which means a cabin. Yeah, I mean my parents' cabin is quite far from here though, but not really. I'm an indie game developer and I would like to know how Finnish game industry is. Google is your best friend. I think Finnish game industry is kind of good. There's a lot of stuff here. Aleksi, I'm going to Finland in Christmas and New Year. Is there some special activities in Tampere for those days? The Christmas market is definitely good. I'm not sure what else, but the Christmas market in the Keskustori should be quite nice. I'm currently learning Finnish for my girlfriend living in Imatra, but I have trouble figuring out when to use partitive singular forms, such as tätä versus tämä, tai versus vai. Well, the point is, okay, just to give a quick sample, there are clear rules when to use partitive and when to use nominative. So once you learn those and understand that tätä is partitive and tämä is nominative, yeah, so that will help you out. Cool, even fat girls here in the UK think they are beautiful. It makes me crazy. Are Finnish girls like this, like arrogant? Well, I don't know. It depends how you put it. Like, I mean, if someone thinks they're beautiful, it might also be confidence. But you know, if it's overconfident, then it becomes arrogance. I mean, in every country you probably have people like that. So I can't really say. I don't really know. Like my impression of Finnish women is mostly positive, but you know, they can be also nasty Finnish girls. Okay, any more questions? Is there anything I could ask you? Okay, you know, because it's kind of one-way street now. You are just bombarding me with stuff. Okay, if most of the people, I guess, who are watching this stream, let me know, like, let me know in the chat or in the comments, why did you end up becoming interested in Finland or Finnish culture, Finnish language, whatever? Let me know, like, what was the kind of the motivation that kicked you towards Finnishness? Would be interesting to hear, like, what's your kind of reasons, for example, to be part of Fintastic Squad. How does visitation work in Finland for stays longer than 90 days? Then you need a visa, I guess. I have noticed that Finnish men don't like to waste time on dating someone is not going to stay. Well, it depends. I mean, of course, it's gonna be more difficult. My family, mainly grandpa. Okay, makes sense. Your language is hard to learn. Yeah, but it's not impossible. I mean, becoming a professional basketball player is also difficult, but it just takes time, you know. Could you talk about sisu and kalsarikännit? Yeah, I'm going to make a video about sisu later on, definitely. Kalsarikännit is just like getting drunk in your underwear. Actually, I think we kind of did kalsarikännit with my date yesterday. Well, we weren't completely underwear, but, well, kind of. So it's like getting drunk in your underwear at your home. Yeah, is that like there's 3 elements: getting drunk at your own place, underwear. I was seeing it a lot online, thought it looked interesting, listened to Jenny Vartiainen, thought it was beautiful language and culture, sounds like it would fit right there. Now I'm learning. Okay, awesome stuff, Karen. Okay, Carl says, my friend has a Finnish girlfriend and she says she's amazing, feminine, traditional, respect men. I also like how society is not like Sweden and Germany. Society in Finland seems sensible. What's wrong with Sweden and Germany? I mean, do you have a sauna in your place or is it in the building? It's in the building though, but I don't have, I mean, you have to pay for the sauna. It's like 15 euros a month. And with that you get like one sauna shift a week. And at the moment I don't really feel like spending that much money per month, because in a year it's like almost 200 euro. I discovered Finland and Finnish culture through my girlfriend. Ever since I fell in love with Finland as well as Finnish women, I've been very interested in Finland. This is one of the typical reasons, not that I'm saying that's a bad reason, but I can just identify that this is one of the main reasons why people get interested in this one. My main incentive to learn Finnish is that now I learn in Finland. Yeah, and I know your story, Joe, why you got here. Finland is one of the few countries that does main things: health, education, and environment well. Nice. Good, interesting stuff. I became interested in Finland after reading the Kalevala. Oh, wow, okay. Like, I mean, Kalevala is something that people, like, how I feel is that Kalevala is something that you don't really know about unless you are already interested in the language or the culture. Finland is so interesting to me. The language is perfect for me. It's so logical and forward-thinking and extremely interesting and appealing to me. Yeah, I mean, Finnish is kind of complicated, but it's very logical. Sweden is far left, political correctness, feminism, multiculturalism. I heard Finland is not like this. Is it true? Okay, maybe some extent, I guess. We can't really generalize that much. My father is Finnish. I moved to Brazil when I was 7, and I only had the opportunity to visit Finland again 2 years ago. I'm now 24. Found your channel here and helps me to learn about Finland. Okay, great. That's why I'm doing these videos for you guys, so you can understand our weird, unique culture better. Awesome. You forgot the main man, Aleksi. I'm your man. Yeah, good stuff. I guess you could say Finland is central left. I guess that's kind of accurate, most likely. Don't have a Finnish boyfriend, still interested in Finland. Such a cool country, been there 9 times. Awesome. Seems like Finnish men are like kind of prestigious. Everyone wants to date the Finnish man. Well, of course not everyone, but it's something I get quite often. I see quite often. Moved here because of work and fell in love with the country. Was not going to move at all, but you never know. Exactly. I mean, life can be surprising sometimes. Yeah, awesome. How many of you? 46 viewers. That's actually quite a bit. One funny difference. Kull in Estonian is hawk, but in Finnish kull is a dick. Wow. Alright. Great language, awesome culture and cute women. Finland's rock, or Finland rocks. Cool. Naked sauna videos. I've already made a few. I've made already one naked sauna video. And we have new Fintastic squad member, Yipsimi. Awesome. Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And click the bell button as well, because you don't get all the notifications from my streams, new videos, if you don't click the bell and click like all notifications. So make sure to do that. I like Kimi Räikkönen, cool driver. Yeah, well, he's pretty cool indeed. Living in the US, would you say a good passive way to learn Finnish is through speaking and learning through native Finnish friends? It's not one of the courses route, but it seems unnatural. I mean, through speaking is definitely an active way. And I mean, without speaking with the natives, you can't really get good at the language anyways. Especially when it comes down to speaking. I think it's a must. And in my case, I haven't learned a single language, especially at adult age, without speaking with the natives. So I think it's definitely a must if you want to learn fast and well. And if you want to, cheap one-on-one lessons with native Finnish speakers, you should check iTalki. There's a link in the description. You can book them anytime. You can do it online. It's very, very fast and very simple, very inexpensive if you consider what like these professional tutors would cost. Definitely strongly suggest those. My husband will move to Finland after he got a job opportunity. I would like to know if I can study nursing in Finland in another institution other than universities. Maybe. I'm not quite sure, because I'm not a nursing expert. I think you should be able to find that on Google. But nursing is not something that you don't really study. I think nursing is studied in University of Applied Sciences. So it's kind of like a higher education school, but it's not university basically. Vappu and the fact that Finns look happier during summer with their graduation caps on. Yeah, I mean summer is a great time to visit. Do you like Formula 1? Not really. I don't really watch it. I have always had this crush with the Finland, never thought about dating or so. Since I went there first time, I always enjoy every minute walking down there and doing close to the nature stuff. Awesome. Do big formal language learning courses actually work as well as they are advertised to? Well, how can I know? I mean, it depends completely on the course and like the teachers and stuff. You should always look if there's any reviews of the course. I think that will help. Finnish language sounds great in music. I listen to Vesala, Dingo, Levi and the Leavings every day. I also with Finnish metal bands like Ensiferum, Amorphis and Korpiklaani. Very good choices, all of those. Oh, we have almost 50 Finntastics watching this pretty awesome stuff. Great. I think I can take a few more questions because it's kind of fun to help you guys out. But then I think I also have to call my mom tonight, by the way. So let's take a few more questions. Let's see if I'm trying to look at the questions. What else will you do on vacation? Well, the only plan I have is to visit my parents. I might do that this week or the next week, starting tomorrow. Aside from that, probably just filming new videos and taking it easy and this kind of stuff. Is there Finnish dating sites like international dating? Well, Tinder, OkCupid, and then there's a few these Finnish sites where people also do that. Do you have spoken Finnish tips? I'm focusing on spoken Finnish right now, and I don't want to get too caught on formal speech. I just want to be able to get my pros. Well, I have made videos about those. You should find those on my channel. Go check it out. If I control my R's, will I still be understood there? Absolutely. Like this is way too smaller problem that people actually think, because even if you use the English R, that's completely fine because there's no risk of being misunderstood. So I just like what I would do if I was learned to rolling the R, and if I don't really seem to get it right, I would just put it aside and let it come naturally and focus on the more important stuff like vocabulary, verbs, speaking, that kind of stuff. But yeah, point is, don't worry about it. I'm interested in all Nordic countries. Good. Nice. Do American R's sound to Finns like the rolled R's sounds to Americans? What does this question mean? I think no. Like the Finnish R, the English R is a little bit different. Like a rain, rain. But in Finnish, like it's kind of like a little bit rolling. Could you talk about some online courses, free online? I'm talking learning my own. Well, you know, I have also made one free course. I think you can. There should be a link in the description on how to get it. But like, you know, free courses, you know why they're free, because they provide some kind of basic stuff that get you started. But if you wanna truly get better stuff, then I think you should be prepared to pay at least a little bit. But I'm supposed to do at some point like apps that can help you start to learn Finnish, but we'll have to see when I can get to do that. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on YouTube like how to roll your R's. I mean, just go there. Best rolling R is perkele. Yeah, actually that's true. Like perkele is a really good, really fun and motivating way to practice the rolling R. Okay, I think we will wrap up this one unless we get a few more questions. Okay, I think we'll wrap up this. Thanks a lot of Finntastics. I hope this was interesting stream for you. I hope you got some help for your questions, and I hope the beginning part, like the Estonian and the dating stuff, also was kind of some, you know, behind the scenes stuff for you. Next video will be on Wednesday. It's actually already done. It's already scheduled. Everything's done. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. We have a Facebook group on Facebook. You can join there for free. We usually discuss and talk about Finland related stuff there. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video on Wednesday. So thanks for the support and being there for me and giving the good thumbs ups and comments and support. And I'll see you next time. Good night. Moi moi.